Yes, sir.
Hell fucking
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Well, the reason why. So my microphone is.
You sound good. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just hit the thing that said like microphone muted or something like that. But now
Okay.
you're on.
No,
You
I had
look
it.
old. You look older now. What happened? You look older now. Your beard's getting gray. You're falling apart, dude.
I got older, man. I'm trying to grow it like you. I'm trying to get it nice.
You'll never be that handsome, dude.
Nice and
Come
gray.
on. The key thing is my Wi-Fi working? I guess it is, huh?
It's working.
All right.
It's working. So am I. Everything's good so far.
Yeah.
This is a brand new. Well, that's too fucking big. That's
big.
what
my wife's on our wedding night. Come on, I got one in that earlier. Are you kidding me? That easy. It was that easy. Come on, stop.
That's the sign. That's the sign of a good night, Ray.
Oh man.
Hey, I like your hat, man.
Oh, I was at the Phillies game last night. It was 7,000 degrees. Phillies are on right now. They're playing that Kobayashi guy, or whatever his name is. You know nothing about sports, right? You don't follow any sports. Yeah, I knew it. You don't eat meat.
I watch wrestling.
Eat meat. You watch wrestling. You don't follow any sports.
Wrestling is sports entertainment.
So oh man, wrestling, huh? That's.
Yep.
All right. Well, I watched wrestling when I was a little kid. We had like I guess in the 80s, we had channel 17 here in Philly. And every morning we'd watch, it'd be like Bob Backlund against, like, just name any old dude back in the day, like whether it was Ric Flair or King Kong Bundy, all that stuff. Like, so I know who all those wrestlers are.
Yeah.
And then when I started realizing how silly it was, I stopped watching it. But I remember, like, I watched a lot of wrestling when I was a kid.
I watched it a lot when I was a kid. And then, I got too cool. And I stopped watching it in
That's
like
impossible.
my teenage years. And then honestly, I just got back into it probably like 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
And I've been watching it since.
It's so much different from when I was a kid to now. Like,
yes, and I'll agree. It could be very silly. However, it takes skill, man. It takes skill.
Oh, it's
to do
beyond
that shit.
The beating that they take and the stuff that they do is, and I'm not even sticking up for wrestling because I'm not even that into it, but it has got to be harder than most sports. It's
absolutely.
Like, and the thing is, they have to do it every night and they get paid nothing. Like, you see all these, I mean, like, I've watched like every show about wrestling and how, like, these dudes just get beat up, but yeah, it's unbelievable.
I mean, if you make it to the WWE, you're making money.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're taking a serious beating, and if you don't stop at a certain time, you're screwed.
Yeah. And so
you got to know
that John Cena guy just announced that he's done.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's pretty much been done ever since he started acting. He shows up once in a while. He's not putting in like the guys are putting it in now. But he had his time. He had his time where he was out there every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been like kind of part-time. So yeah, he is leaving for good though. But they all come back eventually.
Why? Because
I mean, The Rock still came back,
Yeah. Do they come back because they love it, or do they come back because they need the cash? Well, The Rock doesn't need any cash.
The Rock doesn't need the cash. However, I think they come back because there's something to it. It's kind of where they started their career. Dude, I'm a fucking mess. I just dropped my.
What'd you drop? Go ahead.
I dropped the cap. I dropped the cap
to
my Arizona.
Oh, if I'm in a vehicle, like if I'm working and I'm driving and I drop the cap and it's on the ground, I can't. I'll have to pull over and get it. I can't drive with it like on the ground. I gotta go get the cap. It bugs me that it's laying on the ground, even though I can just get it when I stop next.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that, and I agree. However, right now, I mean, I'm not in a car. so it's not going anywhere.
Are you pounding a big Arizona iced tea? Is that what
I
that
am.
is?
I am. Did you ever have this?
Straight. How do you still get away with the big sugar drinks, man? Come on, I guess you're still young.
I ain't young. I just don't care.
I just don't care.
Green tea.
Oh.
Did you ever have this one?
I've had them all. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one's
The
shit.
ginseng, the green tea with ginseng, whatever. And
it's funny. They
all
kind of
that stuff.
market it like it's good for you. It's not.
Hey, do you see that dog right there? We can
I
talk
do.
about we could talk about this dog for the next 6 hours.
What's the dog's name again?
That's Flapjack. That's Sugar.
That's Flapjack. Sugar. Okay, I remember
And
Sugar.
Sugar's that one.
I don't think I've ever met Flapjack. Is Flapjack new?
That's what I say every morning when I walk downstairs and I go, oh, there's Flapjack. Yeah, Flapjack. We inherited Flapjack
Okay.
from some family members, and we realized why we inherited Flapjack, because Flapjack's a very difficult dog to maintain because his faults are he only has 3 faults. One, that he's a full-blown diabetic and you got to give him insulin and twice
No
a
shit.
day, and it's a bunch of nonsense. His other 2 faults are when you walk him, if he sees a dog, a person, any animal, he goes nuts and will just run through a wall to see what's going on with this pet or a person. And the third fault is that he let me back up a little bit. I've seen videos of a wolf or a coyote getting sprayed by a skunk, and the coyote or whatever will run away when it gets sprayed. Flappy is the hunting dog, and Flapjack will see a skunk and just run towards it, and when it turns to spray, he just takes it and just still goes and gets the skunk, shakes it to death, and eats it. So
Wow.
we've had 2 skunk attacks that the skunk lost, but we became the people that lost, because he would then come in the house and the whole house would smell like burnt rubber for about 3 months.
3 months.
So bad. 3 months. Because he would get the spray directly on him, and then it would get on our other dog, and then it would get in almost into the house, but that's enough to make the whole house smell.
Wow.
So Flapjack is if the 3 people that watch this show, if anybody wants Flapjack,
6.
they can have them. 6 people? Oh, that's
6.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's even better. Our chances are better then. They can have Flapjack. We'll pay the first year insulin, which is like $300 a month.
Okay.
Other than that, he's a great dog. He's a wonderful dog, because he just does what most dogs do. They just sleep and eat,
Right.
like me. And but Flapjack loves to go out in the backyard and kill stuff.
Right.
He's also he's 4 for 4. He's killed 2 skunks and 2 groundhogs.
Wow. So I'm gonna actually meet Flapjack in person.
You are, dude. We're so excited that you're gonna be here in like a week, next 2 weeks, right?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, it's a Saturday, right? Is it a Friday, Saturday? A Saturday? Now, who are you traveling with? Is it just yourself?
Just me.
Just you, man. Check you out, dude.
Just me. I'm going to visit my friend Brian up in Phoenixville,
which is like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah,
it's very, very close.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, it's so close.
We're just catching up. He's a friend I grew up with. Well, not grew up with, but like I would say high school on.
Yeah,
and he's a really good friend of mine. And when he moved, when people move, you kind of lose touch a little bit. But we didn't. And it's like when we hang out, when we catch up, it's like we never stopped hanging out.
Yeah. I've had that happen a lot in my life. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do that. My wife, she was invited, but what the hell is she gonna do there?
What is she gonna do? Watch you guys
we're going
at each other, and
we're going to the Blink-182 show that night. He's a big fan. I'm honestly, I can live without him.
Where are they playing? Do you know what venue it is?
Philadelphia.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Going into Philly for a concert. I just went to that Phillies game last night and just getting there, just getting into Philadelphia and back with all the traffic and construction and nonsense and
Yeah.
oh, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna waste it all on Blink 182. Are they still around? Is it the original band? Like
It's the
they
original
haven't had
band.
a hit since '95 or something.
Yeah, the early 2000s probably was
Is Blink
last big
182
hit.
the group that has the drummer with all the tattoos and
Yeah.
he's with that Kardashian lady?
Yeah, Travis
Oh,
Barker. Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. And
Oh,
the
he
crazy
collects
thing.
BMX bikes. If you see him, tell him you can come over and look at some bikes. No, he
Who?
does. He collects BMX bikes. That's all I
Oh,
know about him.
Travis? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll let him know.
Let him know when you see him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem approachable. You know what I mean?
Everybody's approachable, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't.
You
If
gotta
I
know how
had
to
the
do it.
opportunity, I would. But yeah, I don't know if they're like maybe back in the day. Maybe they were cool
Blink
back in the day. I don't
182.
know. I feel like they're too big now. They're too cool now.
They're still big. I thought they were playing a fair or something or a
No,
casino.
they just put out a new record not too long ago. And
Oh, it's got to be wonderful. I'm sure.
it was actually pretty good.
I don't know about that.
But again, I can live without it. And you know, whatever. My friend's a big fan, and it's something that we always did. We always went to shows and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I think it should be cool. So I'm gonna be coming up like late Thursday, and then I'm gonna head to you Saturday.
Yeah.
Probably late afternoon, whenever it's good for you, honestly.
Anytime.
And
my weekends are very my weekends I have a very busy social schedule from now until the end of September. And I have Ken and Harkin and oh wait, oh shit.
uh-oh.
This might be the weekend Ken and Harkin's gonna be in town. Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I can tell you
I
right
mean
now the exact date.
you debunk not debunk, what's the word? I would take you over Ken and Harkin any day. It's just Ken and Harkin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Ken and Harkin. Ken's going to be?
I mean, I love Ken
riding
and
a
Harkin.
mountain bike. You're going to be in King of Prussia. This way, it's a better excuse. This way, I'm like, hey, Mikey's going to be here, and this way, I don't have to go to the Poconos to go see Ken and pedal his bike around the woods.
All right.
You know,
Totally get it.
The real hoodwink will be if you're going to be done in time that you go with me to the Poconos with. Or it's not even the Poconos. I think it's not even that far from here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that kind of far from you?
Not real. No, I mean it's like an hour away or something. But
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I forget when it's gonna be. Oh my God, it might be the day you're gonna be here.
Well, the exact day is Saturday the 27th.
Yeah, I think that's when Ken is gonna be here. Well, don't worry about nothing. Remember, you'll be here. Don't worry.
I'm not.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere if you're here. My biggest concern with you coming here, is like because you don't eat real food, right? You don't eat like meat. So like my biggest concern is like, see, I could make all kinds of good stuff, but you don't eat anything. You eat like a 12-year-old. You just eat like French fries and pizza, right?
So I'm a pretty picky eater. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although honestly,
So
lately
weird.
I've been like trying to expand my horizons a little bit. So
what in the past 5 years, how many animal products have you eaten?
well, I mean, do you count like cheese and milk?
Yeah. I'm just saying,
Because I have that stuff all the time.
right. I know that stuff, but I'm saying like you'll never you would never eat like a piece of chicken or a piece of fish or seafood or like that's the part I don't get.
So every now and then I do like seafood. So every now and then I do have like something like fried fish or shrimp, lobster, things like that.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
I'm trying to, not casually, but like fix the way I eat. I eat pretty poorly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm open is what I'm saying.
It's just weird because everybody I know we'll just say you're a vegetarian. Everybody I know that's a vegetarian, it's because of either health reasons or they don't want to eat an animal, and you just don't because you're weird.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's the weirdest thing in the world.
It is weird, and like I don't know how it started, and I don't know why I let it continue to happen for my whole life.
Because well,
I really
because
don't.
like if you're 8 years old and no one's ever put in front of you like, oh, you can't eat meat because you can't eat an animal, and someone gave you a nice, delicious chicken cutlet or chicken parmesan, you'd eat and be like, this is really good. Like, so that's what I don't get. Like, or a cheeseburger. Like, what kid wouldn't want a McDonald's cheeseburger? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so that's
I mean,
what I don't get.
when I was little, yeah, I ate it and I didn't think anything of it. And then I don't know, one day it just completely like turned me off. And I was just like, I almost developed like a food phobia.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And now it's slowly changing a little bit because I'll smell things like the guy in the backyard's barbecuing
Oh yeah,
behind
the
me.
guy's grilling something,
And I'll
or
smell
smoking
things
something,
that I
and you're
don't
like,
eat. And I'm like,
wow.
that smells fucking really good. What am I really missing out on? You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So I'm trying to like fix that. It's like in my mind. It's like
Yeah.
part of my brain, part of my personality now. It's not just like a thing I can just turn off.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like I probably need to be hypnotized or something, you know?
Or
trying
just
to like reverse it.
or just a good old Saturday night with me, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe
You never know. You never know. I come over your fucking grill
because we're
steaks.
gonna have to get something to eat. You know, I'm either gonna have to make
I
something,
mean, listen,
or we have to go somewhere.
I'm
And
very low maintenance. Like I'm very low.
Yeah.
Maintenance. The only thing I ever need to do is like take a shower because I'm always.
We have a facility here like you wouldn't believe. You know, the mansion has bathrooms and
other than that,
levels and refrigerators on each floor, and
right,
different all kinds of stuff here. So
other than that, I am very grateful and appreciative of it.
It's
not
gonna
only
be
that,
awesome. It's gonna be spectacular.
But I'm very respectful in people's homes. You know what I mean? Like I'm just.
Oh, you don't have to be. There's really nothing to respect.
I'm not going to be respectful in your home at all.
Yeah, there's nothing.
But I'm just saying in general.
There's really nothing to break. There's definitely nothing to steal. I was gonna see if maybe you and Elliot could get in a wrestling match. That would be pretty awesome. But I don't think Elliot would do it because he's very, very mellow. But I would have loved to see him get in a wrestling match with you downstairs. We got like mattresses down there.
No shit.
And cool. He had his friends over last week, I think, and we have extra mattresses that we don't know what to do with, so we just have them downstairs in our basement. But our basement area is like a nice living room, but we just have these like mattresses in there now.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun house.
The whole house is a fun house.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, the whole house is a fun house.
Yeah,
and
I'm very excited. Very excited.
There's many times where if you're gonna go, I mean, you definitely love your friend and want to go see him, but then the bonuses. I happen to live like I remember the first time you told me like, oh, my friend lives in Phoenixville. I was like, oh, cool. I'm like, Phoenixville's right here. Like,
yeah.
So you're killing two birds with one stone, man.
No, I remember you saying that, and I kept that piece of information in my mind.
Yeah.
And then like he's been kind of not bugging me to come up there, but he's been pushing for me to come up there for the past couple of years. I'm like, yeah, I'll come. And I'm like full of shit, but now I'm actually doing it.
Yeah.
And then once he said that fucking thing that was stuck in the back of my mind popped up, and I was like, oh, I got to go see fucking Ray.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of fun too. When like if you go somewhere and then if you have somebody that that lives nearby, you know what I mean? That it's always good to travel and then know that, like say you're driving there and then all of a sudden your car breaks down or something, and you're like, oh wait a minute, Ray lives right near there. And I'm always ready to fly. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to launch, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like ready.
What if I run out of gas? You come.
No, if you run out of gas, that's on you. I was just talking to Eaton the other day, and he almost ran out of gas again. He was coming back from like the New England area, and it was like late at night. And I'm like, and he was telling me this whole story about how he couldn't find a gas station that was open. I go, wait a minute. When you got in the car in like up in New England, why you had every opportunity to get gas? Why didn't you? He goes, well, I thought I could make it home. You know what I mean? Like, he just say he had like a half tank. I would look at a half tank and be however far away, and the first thing I do is I would get gas, so you don't have to worry about it. But in his chicken brain, he's like, oh, I can make it. You know, it just makes no sense.
Whenever I do road trips or I'm traveling, I'm pretty much at quarter of a tank. Quarter of a tank is the minimum I'm willing to risk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely not going down to the fucking 50 miles left thing. You know what I mean?
Dude. I mean, when is anybody going to be in a car ever again? Like I'll never experience this again. The famous one where we're driving 80 miles an hour and the car shuts off because he was driving the car for 5 hours and never looked at the gas gauge. That is somebody. It just makes. I have no time for that shit.
I think I look at the gas gauge more than I look at the fucking road.
Dude, you're always looking. I drive all day and I look at the gas gauge.
When I'm doing road trips,
just,
especially like going upstate New York or even your way, like
yeah.
I'm looking at my speed because cops between here and Pennsylvania are the biggest dicks on the planet.
Biggest dicks, huh? Wow.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the speed because did you ever take the fucking Taconic?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so that's a road that you want to avoid at all costs, and you can avoid it. You can take the New York Thruway. However, the Taconic takes you upstate. And you could, like I said, you could take the Thruway, but for some reason, when you put things in the GPS, it takes you there because it's shorter. It's a shorter distance.
Yeah.
But it is the worst road in America, in my opinion. It is windy, narrow, hilly, and the speed limit's 55.
Yeah.
And it's kind of impossible. It really is. There's points where you're driving on it and you're in the lane. And you know how you get really close to a wall, you know you're not going to hit it, but it looks like it's fucking right there. That's what almost the whole thing is like.
Oh, that's beat.
And you don't really want to go fast. However, it's so hilly that when you start doing like a decline, you're doing 80 miles an hour. There's no way. It's just you're 2 tons of fucking vehicles taking the trajectory.
Dude, that little Chipotle pepper that you drive hasn't got 2 tons of nothing
no,
in it.
I have the
and you are in it with a
I have the Jeep.
Concrete.
I have the Jeep Grand Cherokee now.
What?
Yeah, I've had it for the past 2 years.
Jeep Grand Cherokee. Would you win the scratch off or something?
No. It was my mom's car. So
okay. Your mom was pimping with a Jeep Cherokee.
My dad wanted to sell it, and I said absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
And I got the money together and got it. Because, yeah. I mean,
I can't believe your mom was rolling in a Cherokee, dude. That's crazy.
Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yeah. She always liked her nice cars. They never really had money, but they liked their cars, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where they put money into. So
has your dad ever owned a Cadillac? He looks like a dude that would own a Cadillac.
He owned a 74 Stingray Corvette. That was his coolest car.
I had a 77.
No way.
Yeah. I had a 77
what color?
for years. Blue.
His was white. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, he had a Corvette. That's crazy.
Yeah.
With little kids running around, what's he doing with a Corvette?
Yeah, well, we were older at that point. Joe was, probably in his 20s, maybe early 30s. I was, a teen, maybe 20.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I was definitely a teenager, probably like 14, 15.
Okay.
When he got it, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, where were we going with this? What were we talking about?
You were talking about driving a 2-ton vehicle, and I was making fun.
Oh yeah, that fucking road. That's iconic, dude.
Yeah, we're talking about the bad road.
Dude, I hate that fucking road so much. Yeah. I even think they've tried to like disguise it in the state itself. Meaning like the GPS, all of a sudden it'll say like I put avoid Taconic, and they changed the name of it in the GPS.
Oh wow. To
like Spring Boulevard, some weird name, or like a number, like a route number.
Yeah.
And it still takes me on it. I'm like, motherfucker, they're just tricking me now. They're just, I'd rather, it's a road like that. I'd rather sit in traffic or like take the longer way than go on a road like that. It's impossible to watch the speed, and it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
If it's raining, forget it, dude. It's like a demolition derby.
Demolition. I would love to be in a demolition derby. I would love to. That's my one thing I would love to do.
I like watching them.
I had a thing where I wanted to do it. You could never do it, but it's too silly and it could never happen. But I wanted to do a TV show where I would go and buy people's cars, And what gave me the idea is years ago I had a '66 GTO. It was mint condition, and I would go to these car shows, and I'm like, I love cars, but I'm not like a car guy. I'm not like, I don't work on them, and I'm not like, I don't give a shit if numbers match on a car and where it came from, if it's got factory air, like all that stuff is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a show where I would buy somebody's car that would, like, somebody that like loved their car, but you would buy it off them, and they want to tell you all about how great it was, and oh, I don't want to let this car go, but it's my favorite car, blah blah blah. And then you buy the car, and then you invite the person to a demolition derby, and you enter the demolition derby in their car, and just wreck it. And I thought that'd be the funniest show in the world. But
that's amazing.
Wouldn't that
That's
be
amazing?
funny?
Yeah, it reminds me
Like,
of Jackass, Johnny Knoxville.
well, that's exactly what it basically is. And this is like before Jackass, kind of, but it's a total Jackass move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, wouldn't you watch that if there was an hour show of you have 6 people go out and they buy a car? Like,
this is almost too good of an idea to say and put out there. Yeah.
But think of how funny that would be. Like, where you're like, like somebody like I had that Celine Mustang that was Dave Mirra's car, and I wouldn't want, like, I was like, man, I can't believe I'm selling this, and like somebody's gonna do whatever to it. But picture if somebody bought that and then they invited me to a demolition derby, and I get there and Dave's car is flying down, smashing into somebody. Like, it'd be actually kind of funny. I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah. It would cost so much money to do that.
Well, that's the thing, is it would cost a ton of money. But I mean, but you know what? When Bam Margera was doing his stupid show, I mean, it was the dumbest show in the world, but people were watching it. His budget was $300,000 a week, and they couldn't figure out how to spend the money. They're like, "What are we gonna do? Like, how do we spend $300,000? Because it's so much money." And they're like, "What are we gonna do?" So they were just doing like outlandish things. But I mean, dude, you mean to tell me you and I couldn't shoot a show for $300,000 and buy a couple hoopties off people and smash them into stuff, dude?
I think it's a great idea. I really do.
All right.
I mean, you know what's funny about that? Like, most shows on, like reality TV shows are like trying to help people, trying to fix their homes.
No, I think it's better the other way.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking destroy you.
Destroy people. Yeah. People are getting too hung up on doing the right thing and making people happy and making sure everybody feels comfortable and nobody's offended. No. Just fuck
I
with
agree.
people.
100%. I think that's what we need.
Yeah.
It needs to.
We need a little more.
The pendulum needs
more
to swing
pain in the world. We need a little more pain in the world.
Exactly. The pendulum needs to swing the other way now.
Yeah. Oh man.
So the reason I was commenting on your hat is because
I saw the shirt already. I see you wearing it right now.
You see it. You see it.
I can tell that's what it is.
There we go. So
I love that. Where'd you get that? You better be showing up here with one of those for me, fool. Where'd you get that?
Man.
You made it.
Yeah.
That thing will fit me.
For everyone, for all 6 people listening, they're available at hellffuckinyeah.com.
They're on who?
$25.
Oh,
hellffuckinyeah.com.
Oh, okay. I'll buy 10 of them.
No, you don't gotta buy them. I'll get you one.
Oh no, I'll buy them, dude.
I already got you a gift. But I'll get you another one.
I'm still buying one.
I mean, I just came up with this, dude. This was something I came up with one night.
Yeah.
I was like, Ray needs just like Prince needs a symbol. Like Ray needs a symbol. And I'm like, what can that be? And I know you're a fucking Phillies fan. You live in Philly. You live, eat, and breathe Philly.
The Phillies.
You fucking rang the Liberty Bell.
I rang the Liberty Bell.
I was like, all right, the Liberty Bell is great, but maybe it's overdone. So I thought of something else.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Phillies logo. But just add the fucking little dash to make it
a little thing.
It's brilliant.
Amazing.
It's brilliant.
You're a genius. You're a genius, and nobody knows it. Not even me.
I'm a lazy genius.
A lazy genius.
Yeah, I am.
Oh my God.
One day, all this stuff will pay off, but I'm gonna be too old to enjoy it.
Yeah. You won't be around when people realize it. It'll be like, aren't there like those painters? There's like Van Gogh dudes. Like, aren't they?
Yeah.
then he like never sell a painting, and then like
Exactly.
died broke, and then now like a Van Gogh's worth $85 billion or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is my contribution to the world, and
My contribution
it's my
to
legacy.
the world.
And,
A shirt with you changed the P to an R. You are a genius.
I'm talking about the podcast in general,
Oh.
but yes, the shirt
Oh.
too. The shirt. I just amuse myself. I think that's my joy in life. I just find everything funny, and yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, there is a huge event happening
On the
September
27th.
7th. Oh, yeah, 27th in King of Prussia. Oh my God!
I'm gonna come to Ray's house. I'm gonna fucking.
There's gonna be paparazzi here for this. There's gonna be food trucks lined up, dude. I don't want to tell you, but Blink 182 is gonna play across the street.
Travis Barker's gonna be buying your.
Travis is gonna be doing wheelies on my Big Ripper. It's gonna be awesome. I didn't want to tell anybody, but now okay. The cat's out of the bag.
I just have a feeling it's gonna be. Even if we just hang out in the garage, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be too hot, man, to hang out in the garage. Yeah. It's so hot right now. Oh,
it's so hot right now, dude. I'm so hot in this room right now. I'm like shiny.
Oh,
it's disgusting.
But so September 7th, the Horror Tour is going to. They believe it might be in Queens. They don't have an actual venue yet, which is classic Ron Wilkerson. But the guys that started in 1985 are getting back together and doing a tour. 2 of the stops are in the United States. One is in Seattle and one is in New York.
Okay.
So I sent I sent a text message to 3 dudes that all know your brother. So hopefully they can contact him and see if he can go. And I'm sure you'll go if you're available. But it's George Gallo and these 2 other dudes. I gave them a text, and I sent them a text. I said, hey, gather up all your New York buddies because Haro's doing a show and they all know about it and stuff. So I would, and if Joe went to this, they all know Joe. It's gonna be Ron Wilkerson, Dave Norrie, Brian Blyther, and Dennis McCoy. And your brother knows. And if Joe shows up, he'll have an autograph.
It'll cause a riot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I don't know if Joe wants to do that kind of thing. You know, I don't know if Joe wants to go. I think he's too, whacked out to go to something like this and be like, you know what I mean? I just mean like emotionally, I don't think he'd be able to handle it because
it would be a lot.
It'd be a lot to take. Yeah.
Right. I wish he would though. That sounds like,
it'd be the perfect thing for him to go to. Here's the thing is because I think if he went and was with like me and you and whoever else, he could do it in a way where he's not freaked out. You know what I mean? Because people would get nervous about going, and then it's kind of like a high school reunion. They get nervous about going, and then once they get there, they'd be like, "This isn't that bad. This is this is fine."
Yeah.
And but to get him to go, I think would be really hard. We'd have to tell him, look, we're gonna go get some Indian cigarettes and some whole milk, and we're gonna bang out some beats in the studio there. You know what I mean? And then maybe we could trick him to go.
You gotta lure him in. Yeah.
He loves Taco Bell too, right? He loves Taco Bell. Is that
not as much anymore?
Nah, okay.
No, not as much anymore. I don't know what he's into now, but
it probably changes like the wind. But
yes.
Oh
yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Shit. So where is this in New York?
They say it's going to be in Queens, but they don't have a venue yet.
Okay.
And all they need is a parking lot. You know what I mean? So
you're coming back out to Long Island. I thought you said you're never doing that again.
Well, not for you, I'm not, but for the Horror Tour, I would. I'm never going to Long.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute.
No, I'll probably wind up going to Long Island again sometime, but I'm never going to do that come home Sunday afternoon thing in the summer or whenever that was. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, you guys left it like the worst possible time.
Yeah, no, we I have a friend that has a helicopter. I might just use that.
I wonder what I'm going to be heading up. probably not bad. Probably coming back.
Yeah.
You know, probably coming back into New York. No, not probably. Definitely. It's definitely going to suck.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a time where I was like, you know what? That wasn't so bad.
Yeah. There's always, and anytime going to and from New York or Long Island, there's always traffic no matter what time of the day.
Yes.
You know,
it's idiotic. It's insane, actually.
Yeah.
There's too many people. There's not enough lanes in the fucking road.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to merge. Everybody here. That's why I hate this place. I really do. I hate New York. Because everyone just wants to kill you to get in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, I really, there's things about the state I love, but that is one thing I really can't stand. Like, everyone is so self-involved and so fucking like, just get out of my way attitude, you know, and it sucks. It's miserable to be around. You know, I know the grass is always greener, but you go to other states and like you get a different feel just kind of instantly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even upstate New York is like a whole different world.
Yeah.
Than like New York City, Long Island. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And honestly, my wife and I, we've been looking into moving.
Maybe, where would you move to? This is
dude.
Let's hear it. Like, if
you're ready, I don't know if you're ready for this answer.
You say King of Prussia, this will be awesome.
I said, I'm going up to King of Prussia. I'm going to let you know how it is. Ray lives there. And
dude,
if Ray lives there.
Listen, I could sell you on King of Prussia in 2 seconds.
No shit. I'm gonna leave with like a King of Prussia t-shirt.
I got my wife to stay here. When my wife, after she graduated school and was like, I don't know where I'm gonna get, like, she was like, I could get a job in California. I don't know where I'm gonna go. And then she said, I know you don't ever want to leave King of Prussia. And she's like, she goes, I probably told you this story before. She said, I could live in King of Prussia. They have everything here. There's only 2 things they don't have, and that's an Alta and a Target. Dude, within 3 years of her saying that, they built the largest Target in the United States right here in King of Prussia, and you can't swing a dead cat by the tail without hitting one of them damn Alta stores somewhere. They're everywhere. There's like 2 in King of Prussia.
Like the makeup store?
Yeah, the makeup and shampoo. Like my wife spends like $3,000 a week on shampoo. So every 5 minutes there's a box showing up at the door with some kind of potion and lotion and ointment and salve and powder. And I was like, what is this doing? Are we going to clown school? What is all this stuff? And she's just like, no, it's just for my hair and
just maintenance.
I have a little rash up here I gotta fix and whatever. Yeah,
well, that's what it is. It's like
dude, I'll take you on a tour, dude. Listen, you tell me your budget. You tell me your budget, and I will find you a house 8 minutes into your trip to King of Prussia. You know what I mean?
I will send you my budget tonight. And
dude,
because we've been talking about like possibly upstate New York, but possibly Pennsylvania. And if it's going to be Pennsylvania, it's going to be somewhere near people I know.
Yeah.
You know, so
shit, you would love it.
King of Prussia. I know the history of King of Prussia thanks to you.
I know, man. And you're like in King of Prussia, if you're actually in King of Prussia, you're an hour and a half from New York. You're an hour and 20 minutes from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And then you can go, up to New England. You can go to, Ohio. Ohio's not that far away. There's all kinds of stuff going around. Canada, you go to Canada. You can go anywhere.
Go to California.
You go to California.
I'm an hour and a half closer to California.
You go to the airport and go wherever you want. They got an airport here in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Now, and not only that, it's got the coolest name ever. I mean,
King of Prussia's. Well, and
it's the coolest
what
name
it used to be called? Do you remember what it used to be called back before they named it that? It was called Reeseville.
Reeseville.
Yeah, so I would have been Reeseville, and that's not as good. But then they changed it when they.
That's definitely not as good.
They had that spy something, and the guy called it King of Prussia.
Now, did Reeseville have anything to do with Reese's Pieces?
No, it was just the family. Like back then, there was only like one family that lived in this area, and it was the Reese. The Reeseville Inn is the place where the guy put the sign up that said the King of Prussia Inn because he wanted the soldiers to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And so the Reeseville Inn turned into the King of Prussia Inn, and they just
Right. The reason I
kept the
asked
name.
that is because Pennsylvania is like the snack capital of the world.
Oh yeah, we got the
There is every
they
snack
got
you
tasty
eat.
cakes. They got the tasty cake factories here. They got the Utz one.
Yep.
They got Schneider is one of them.
Yep.
There's another pretzel. Like, what's the other pretzel around here? It's actually really close too. No, there's another one. Huh?
Bachman?
No, not Bachman. There's a pretzel, not raw. I forget. Is it? I don't know. There's one right down the road. I forget what it is. It's like 20 minutes away. There's a huge pretzel or a potato chip place. I forget. I don't know. We haven't bought potato chips in 100 years.
This podcast is so insane.
It's the best. It's going to be so good.
It's so insane. It's like, who the fuck would ever listen to this?
It's dude. It's literally the conversation we're having right now since the very beginning is two dudes sitting at a bar just talking about nothing.
100%. 100%. And that's kind of what I'm going for. I think now, at least.
Hit it out of the park tonight, then.
It's I don't know. I listen to so many things, and some of them are like naturally funny or good. Yeah. And some of them you can just tell are so like put together.
Yeah.
And I find that so boring, predictable.
Yeah.
We could be talking about fucking pretzels.
See, we go off track, which is the thing. We can get off track.
The amount of topics.
Think of the topics that we cover. 19 things we talked about already with zero. We have nothing written down in front of us.
Exactly.
And we're just babbling about nothing.
Sober as a bird.
Hers, that's it. Hers potato chips.
Ah, yeah, Hers, man.
The Hers plant is right down the street from me. It's like literally 20 minutes away.
Right.
And that Hers is all over the place. Hers.
Can you visit that? Can you go to that?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. When you're driving to like, I guess it's like Kennett Square area. You go that way. Kennett Square is the mushroom capital of the world, by the way. And if you're driving there, you'll see the Hers factory tour. And not that I mean, who wants to see how they pull a potato out of the ground and wash it? Or in this area, they say wash it. If you're from Pittsburgh, you got to wash it.
Yeah, people say that. People say
I love it. I love that.
They don't say it here. But like my sister-in-law says that. She's from Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio, yeah. Ohio, Pittsburgh, that area. They're like, hey, you got to take out the rubbish and you got to wash that before you throw it in there. I'm like, wash it.
Wash it. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, man.
Yeah. Some kind of Pennsylvania Dutch something, maybe. I don't know.
Or like when people call oil Earl.
Earl. People say I have a horrible, thick Philly accent, but like I refuse.
I hear it sometimes.
Well, I refuse to call water anything but water, and the people laugh at that. They're like, what's water? I'm like, water. It's in the glass, and you swim in it. It's water. And they're like, no, it's water. Like my son doesn't. My son won't say water.
In New York, it's water.
Well, whatever it is, or coffee.
Yeah,
a cup of coffee. Yeah. But my son doesn't say water. He won't say. He says water is weird. You got to say. I don't even know how you say water. Water. A glass. I would like a glass of water.
I'll say this: your version is way better than water. I can tell you that.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know how you say water. Water. It's water.
You're saying like water.
I've never been taught any other way other than to say water. And I know it's like, it's spelled Watser.
Yeah. No, it's funny, man. I lived in Connecticut for a while, and it's crazy. I mean, Connecticut kind of doesn't really have a personality. Yeah. It's either like Boston or New York accents,
right?
Or a weird mix of them, which is, I guess, Connecticut. But it's so funny. Some people say some things like, and it's not far from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like an hour that way, people talk completely differently.
Oh yeah. There's
fucking weird.
There's people I know that live in Delaware, which is 30 miles from here, and they talk like this. I'm like, where are you from? I'm from Smyrna, Delaware.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why are you talking like that? Like you just rode a rodeo. Like, what are you talking about? I'm from Delaware, right down the road here. And I'm like, you got a full-on Southern accent, and you're 38 miles from my house.
Yeah. I think I think at some point it's obviously the atmosphere you grow up in. But I think
Yeah.
it's also like you kind of train yourself to do it, to be that kind of person in a way.
Right. Oh,
That makes
yeah.
sense. Like
Absolutely.
upstate New York, for instance, they don't talk like we talk down here,
Yeah.
and they're an hour and a half away, and like they talk like they're in the country, and they are in the country.
Yeah.
But like it's still, you're still a New Yorker. It's so
Yeah.
fucking weird. It's so weird. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
You got to watch, as George Gallo said, you got to watch your balls because, you know, it hurts. It's from a famous BMX video.
Now, people say, did you ever hear this one? Reese's Pieces?
Yeah, Reese's. Yeah, and it's Reese's, right? Or is it Reese's?
It's Reese's. It's Reese's.
Yeah, a Reese's peanut butter cup. But people always say, I mean, like, yeah, for like when it's Halloween, everyone's like, oh, I got a Reese's cup. Everyone says Reese's around here.
I understand the Reese's part, but when you're saying Reese's Pieces, it would clearly be Reese's Pieces.
Right. Yeah, no, I've
Because
definitely heard people
Pieces
say
isn't a word.
Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Pieces. Yeah, Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
so I don't get that one.
It's like easy
I don't.
peasy, Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, yeah. Like I get angry when people say that because I'm like, no.
Don't get angry. Don't get angry when
I actually,
just, you know, don't.
You know
don't
what?
be angry.
I used to like. I don't think I was ever really angry, like severely, but I think I'm much more calm now. Like I just don't.
You get a lot. I was talking
I just
about.
don't want to like exert the energy. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I'm like that a lot. I'm a lot like that now, like especially like driving.
Yeah,
where,
definitely driving is a big thing.
What it comes down to now is like even like out in public, like if I see something going down or people give me shit, like look at me or trying to instigate some kind of like confrontation. I just ignore it now because in my entire life, like when you get in a confrontation outside in the world, how often do you win it or does it have a good outcome? Usually never. So if someone's out there talking, like if someone's outside talking shit, doing whatever, where 25 years ago I, get involved. Now I don't get involved in anything unless you got my son or wife in a headlock.
Yes.
Then I'm not getting involved, dude. I'm just like, you know what, dude? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I'm with you there 100%. Like if I feel like I'm in danger or my family's in danger, that's one thing. But like someone cuts me off in the car, I'm pissed off, but I'm not.
You just let it happen.
I'm not.
It's no big deal.
Holding my finger out the window or screaming or starting something because you don't. People are fucking nuts, right? They're already nuts, and they proved it to you by what they just did.
Right.
And like to get angry about it is just elevating it to like you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. You're gonna stress yourself out. You know what I mean? Like, why do it? Why do it? So I've calmed down from that stuff big time. I used to always be in the car yelling, screaming at someone, hoping they're gonna get out of the car, kind of thing.
Right.
Like, that's not good. That's not that's so stupid. So I'm glad I kind of grew out of that because that's not good.
Old age is good for something, man.
Mm-hmm.
Calms you down.
It is. I feel like I'm like in a normal place now.
Yeah.
And that had a lot to do with decisions I made, things I've done on my own, volition. But like, I don't know. I feel like you got to grow up at some point, right?
I hear you.
This got real serious. You want to talk about death now?
I love talking about death. It happens.
It does happen. It's guaranteed.
We're all going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another crazy thought, like it doesn't scare me. I'm not scared of it.
It's definitely weird. I look at it this way, man. It's going to be a great nap. You know what I mean? Because I think the lights just go out. I think it's just, you know what I mean?
I think so. I think so.
I'm just hoping that when I die, that it's not like, because the house is on fire or I get thrown through a windshield or I fall down some steps, like,
you just want to go to sleep one night after like a nice
I just want to, I want to be in a hospital and drugged up and they're like, hey, you know what? You don't got long. I'd be like, all right, fine.
Yeah. I don't even want that. I don't even want that. I don't want to be in the hospital. I just want to
I'm all about being in the hospital and dying in the hospital.
Really? Why?
because my dad had pancreatic cancer. My dad died at home, and we had like the hospital bed, and it was like for like 3 days. My brother and I were like in a panic, and he had like the the death gurgle, you know, where he's like, "Arrgh," and he basically my dad died from, he had pancreatic cancer, but he choked to death. That's how he died,
Oh shit.
because he's not in a facility, and he's like, I want to die at home. So we're like, all right, we got a hospital bed, put it in the living room, you can die at home. Well, after living through that, I'm like, you know what? As soon as I get ill, and if I'm in that situation, take me to the hospital, have an IV pumping full of drugs, and they can just turn it up, and you know, you walk to the light if there's a light.
Okay. Yes.
You know,
Listen.
so
I
yeah, I'm
completely
all about dying in the
understand.
hospital.
That is obvious, like good reason why. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like, would you? All I was saying was, would you rather just go in your sleep naturally
Well, how
or
many
die in
people
the
just
hospital? I mean,
how many people just yeah, but how many people just die in their sleep? Like, it's not that common, you know what I mean? Like, all right, good night,
I
everybody, and
guess.
then, you
I
know.
guess.
So I mean, nobody wants to die in a hospital, but if I had like a cancer diagnosis and I was going to die, and like what, you know, what I mean, like when my
Yes.
dad was going to die, we
Yeah. You
knew, we're
wouldn't
like, all
want.
right, he's got 3 months, or he's got 2 months, or it's going to be any day now, like that kind of death. I'm going to a hospital.
Yeah, because
If I
not
got to
only
walk there myself, I'm going. I'm
yeah,
going to hospital. You
you
know.
want to be comfortable. You don't want to be a
Yeah.
burden on everybody, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
part of it. And you
Go where the
also,
professionals are, man.
yeah,
Go
and you,
take me to a professional facility where people people know how to put people in their place when they're gonna die. Like, hey, we get you a nice room,
right,
you know,
right.
put the Phillies on. You can watch that as we're turning up the morphine. You know, that's what I want.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. You don't want to possibly like ruin the house for somebody too, right?
Yeah.
Like if it happened in the house, it could not ruin it, but you know what I mean? Like it's a
Well, there's
memory
a
in the
vibe, like
house
there's a
that you don't
thing,
want.
like, yeah, I mean, like the house that we live in right now, the people that lived here before us, I think they both died in the house. Mr. and Mrs. whoever they were, I think they
Yeah.
both passed away at home, and I don't care. I see
Right.
their ghost every once in a while. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. If someone, like, if somebody's like, oh, like 3 people died in this house back and whatever, I'm just, that kind of stuff doesn't freak me out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know.
No, totally. I get that. I think
We have to figure out when you get here, like, do you want to do like the Valley Forge tour and see where the birth of the nation started? Like, you can do all that. You know what I mean? The
I
United
am
the
down for
United
anything.
States Army was developed and created 3 miles from my house. Where they started the United States Army is, there's a field where it started, and it's three. You got to remember, I live on Valley Forge Road, so I'm the Valley Forge historian too. You know, I can
Dude,
take you
I
where
feel like
tours.
I feel like I need a week
Oh, you need a week. I gave it. I gave
minimum.
Dennis McCoy the full tour in less than an hour and a half. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, man. I don't even know what to say to do. I'm totally leaving it up to you. I'm game
Dude,
for anything.
we'll just hop in the '04 Honda, which passed inspection again,
Yes,
and we'll just cruise around town. You know, we'll just cruise around
dude.
King of Prussia.
It's
You
pretty
know.
much my dream.
Yeah.
It really
You won't be
is. You think
disappointed.
you're smiling like I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
No, no, no. You won't be disappointed.
I'm
The
not
the
going to be
his,
disappointed.
the
No, no
history of
way.
this place is spectacular.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. We covered a
Yeah.
lot. We covered a lot tonight. We went from
I didn't even
we went
I didn't even know we
we
started
went
yet. Are
all
you
over the place.
recording? I thought we were just
Oh no,
talking.
I didn't
Oh,
record. No,
we're almost over. I thought we were.
this was
I was getting ready
practice.
to. I was going to ask when are we starting? We started already.
We've only been doing this for about 53 minutes.
What if you didn't hit the record button because this is your new app or your
It
new
says
thing?
recording.
It says it, but is
Yeah,
it?
it says it. I fucking
All
hope
right.
so. This was probably the best one ever.
The best one ever. Well, we must
I
have some
really
real
want to know
lousy
what
ones if this is the best
I
one.
really want to know where what people think when they watch this shit, because people do watch it, dude. They have
Yeah,
like
I think.
hundreds and
Well,
hundreds of views.
there's probably in the BMX world, there's probably 3 people that would watch this that I know, like, and people that I've met
Yeah, but
through.
we didn't even talk about a bike besides Travis Barker buying you bike bars.
Yeah, well, we talked about the horror show that's coming up.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You
Squeeze
know,
that in there. Squeeze that in there.
yeah,
There was a little something for everybody in here.
but I'm just saying, like, anyone that'll click on to something in the BMX world, there's only 3 people that would watch it because Ray was on it in the BMX world.
Mhm.
You know,
I think it's more than 3 people. I think
yeah, it
I
might be more.
underestimate that.
It would be funny to see if there's somebody out there that like doesn't know who you are, or like 5 years ago didn't know who you were, doesn't know who I am, and they're like, oh, Ray and Mike are going to be taught. I'm going to watch that episode now because, or
Yeah, right.
listen to it.
Like,
Like, is there that one person that's like, I find those guys very entertaining.
yeah,
There could be one person out there that
I think there
really
is.
watches or listens to this and is like very entertaining.
I
You
think
know,
so. Because you know what's funny? I do notice that the same people comment on the videos every
right?
time I put
Yeah,
one out with you or with certain people. The
yeah,
same people like will watch it just because of, I don't know why. Like they feel like they have to.
yeah. I
They
had
watched all the other ones. I don't know.
yeah, I had a
I
dude
appreciate
message
it so
me.
much.
I had a dude message me a year or two ago where when I was doing the podcast with Joe Sisman, and I mentioned as people get older and like you move away, like if you have kids, so say you're you move to Colorado and your parents live in King of Prussia, and you're 40, or you're 40 years old and your parents are in their 70s. The thing I brought up was, how often are you going to see your parents now? Like if you see your parents once a year, you're only going to see your parents 5 more times before they die, because you
Mhm.
live in Colorado and they live here.
Right.
And I got a little more in depth in it when I said it, but some dude messaged me and he goes, dude, I heard what you were saying on the podcast, blah blah blah. And he goes, I got in the car and I drove to visit my mom,
Yeah.
because now I'm thinking like, wait a minute, I might only see my mom if she's 70 and I see her once a year. I may only see her 5 more times for
Yeah.
the rest of my life. It's crazy,
No, that's really funny,
you
man.
know?
I like things like that. I love when
Yeah.
things like, even if one person like got something out of it
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like that,
totally.
I'm totally
Yeah.
psyched. Like I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be
No.
anything. It's
Yeah.
just something I enjoy doing, and that's it. I just go with
Yeah.
it, and I like that. I like those personal kind of reactions to things.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool. What I was gonna say was that's why I moved back here. That's actually why I moved. I was living in Connecticut for a while.
Yeah.
I moved back to New York because of my mom, because
Yeah.
she was getting older and she was getting sick. And as far as, I mean, Connecticut wasn't that far, but it
Yeah.
was 2.5 hours is a lot, to do like every weekend, you know what I mean? And then sit in
Yeah.
traffic through New York, it's 4 hours. It's not 2.5.
Yeah. And just think, if you were a school teacher and you lived in California from the time you were 25 till now, how many times would you have come back to visit your parents?
Right.
7 times maybe,
Right.
if you were lucky,
Right.
and if you were out there and you had kids, like would your grandkids ever see them? So it's just stuff like that people don't realize, but like, it's just nuts.
Yeah. Well, I hope that one person heard that
Yeah. And goes and
and they
visits
go
their
and visit
parents.
dad
Yeah.
or mom or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're hitting a tight hour here, man.
You love doing the tight hour, man. It's
We're at
great,
58 minutes. I think this is perfect.
man.
I think it's
So
beautiful.
wait, like I said before, my biggest concern is, what do you eat when you get here? Because that's the
Oh my
first thing you
god.
do when somebody shows up. It's like, hey, you want to go get something to eat, or hey, I made this. You know what I
I'll
mean?
tell you
Like,
this. Like I said, I'm low maintenance, but I fucking love pizza.
see that? So there's all kinds of. I mean, who doesn't like pizza? You're like,
I
so
could eat it for
basically.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner if
So
I have to.
basically, it's like if my son had his friends who were asleep, or we just went and got pizza. Here you go.
Yep.
So
I'm
we'll
easy.
just get you a big cheese Costco pizza and
Pizza
put you in the corner.
pizza is the perfect food for so many reasons. First of all, it's got all the food groups covered.
It's got a handle on it.
Second of all, it's cheap, man. You can feed 2-3
Yeah,
people with fucking under $20. It's simple.
yeah,
It's easy. It's the best.
yeah,
It's also my downfall.
yeah.
So you got some
Oh,
good places by you?
not real. I mean, nothing like that.
Well, where's the go-to spot?
I mean, like there's places in the city. Like there's a big place called Angelo's in the city, and I've never gone there. Like everyone talks about it, and they're like, it's the greatest pizza in the world. The thing I can't take, and I refuse to do it, is the whole like you got to wait out in line, and they don't only take
Yeah.
cash. They don't have a phone number, and you got to know Louis and all that. All
Yeah.
that bullshit. You can shove that pizza up your ass. I don't care how good it is.
Yes.
But the whole like, and so said it was good, and some celebrity ate it and liked it. And dude, it's dough and cheese in an oven. Relax. It's come
Right.
on.
Right.
And I'm sure it's great pizza. I'm still dying to go try it.
No,
but I don't want to do the whole process. And the reason why, because I'm too old. If I was 22 years old, I'd be down there and talking about how great it was. But at this point of your life, you're like, dude, you can get pizza anywhere. Just fucking relax.
Right. All right. Well, on that note,
we did a tight hour. You're coming to town. We're gonna go get some pizza. We're gonna. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll go pick up a pizza, and then we'll go on a tour while we're eating pizza.
So
we
like
can
my
go
dream.
live. We can go live. We can do a podcast.
We
live.
should, dude. Yes.
We'll dress up like Valley Forge soldiers, and we can eat pizza in one of the huts that they lived in.
I like this idea.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'm gonna get a George Washington.
I'm
wig.
easy, and I'm down with anything, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm gonna get a George Washington wig.
Well, make sure you get me one.
I'll get you one too. Walking into a pizza shop wearing the wigs. Yeah, I'm here. Number 3.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm doing it. That's it. No, I'm done.
It's gonna be too hot to wear a wig.
I don't care.
You don't care. Oh my god,
that's fucking great.
Yeah.
All right, Ray.
All right.
Thanks for
we
this.
We did it. A tight hour, baby.
We did it. Tight hour.
We solved half the problems in the world.
We did. We figured it all out, dude.
We talked about
we've got it all figured
chips. People dying.
We really packed it in there, man. We really
we have a little bit of everything. We were like you know what,
5-minute topics.
Call this episode the Everything Bagel.
That's perfect. And that's exactly what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
Large Ray 14, the Everything Bagel.
The Everything Bagel.
There we go. I love that.
See that? I'll tell you.
How'd you like my flyer I made for this?
It was great. It was awesome.
Make America large again.
Yep.
And everyone go get your t-shirts so I can afford pizza.
Yeah.
When I go down to visit Ray.
Oh.
I also need that wig if anyone wants to send me that.
Yeah, we got to get the George Washington wig. Oh.
All right, Raymond.
I'm exhausted. I haven't even got.
I'm so tired. I am so fucking tired.
Phillies are winning 2-0. By the way, they're
nice.
beating LA.
Nice.
They smoked. I went to the game last night. They smoked them like 10-1 or something. It's awesome.
Shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they win.
Phillies are going to the Super Bowl.
That's it.
He said Super Bowl.
They're going to win the Stanley Cup.
They're going to win the Stanley Cup, dude. Bryce Harper's going to hoist that Stanley Cup over his head. Can't wait.
Oh, man. I don't even want to say goodbye. This is how much I
know.
Can't wait to hang out.
I know.
But I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta
listen. I am so excited. I'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll get pizza.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the Valley Forge tour. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm psyched out of my mind.
It's gonna be awesome.
Raymond, salute.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. I will talk to you again, my friend.
The cameras. All right. Talk to you soon, Ray.
All right.
Peace out. Later.